Okay, guys, I'm just confirming if you are able to hear me. Please, in the comments, let me know if you are able to hear me. Also, if you can see my screen, I just want to be sure that everything is ready before start the class. Hi, I see that you are from Vietnam, right? Your name is Lungrong Lee. All right. So, guys, welcome to the class number 5. This class we are going to learn some extra things about creating a school simulator. Today also we are going to learn how to do advanced items with the game files directly. So we are going to start with that, and it's going to be almost the last class. The actual last class is going to be tomorrow, but this class today we are going to have the previous class to the final one. Okay, so guys, as always, we're going to create a waiting room in which you can actually access, and we can play together while we wait for more players to join. Okay, so the class is going to start with everything around 6:15. For now, you can join to this room. I'm going to let you know my UID. So if you check right here, yeah, if you see on the top, there is like red letters, and on there you can see my UID. Hi, how are you, Basti? I see that you just say hello before, so I forgot to send you the greetings, so welcome. I also see Edward from here. Hi, Edward, how are you? Bienvenido. Okay, guys, so this is the room, actually. It's going to be... I'm going to place my UID in the comments. Yes, actually it is. It's the best game in the world. So guys, go ahead and join to the room while we wait for more players to join the streaming. With that, we will be able to start the class, okay? And yeah, also let me know in the comments where are you from and where are you connecting from, so I will be able to check with you and also to send you some greetings. Okay, guys, so for the ones that are just joining, we are just going to take around 15 minutes to join to the class. And yeah, to start the class is just to take enough time for the players to join. Remember that you can access to the room that you can see on the top. And we can play together. Just join to the actual streaming, okay? I see it's telling you that the room has been expired, right? For those that get this error, it's very common when you are playing in different regions, so just try to restart your mini world, and with that you will be able to access. Okay guys, and once again, for the ones that are just joining, you can access to this room while the class start. Remember that the class is going to start around 6:15. We are taking just enough time for other players to join. Hi, how are you? How are you, Sheldon? Welcome back. Remember, Sheldon, that you can play with me. Just try to join to the room, for the waiting room. It's up here. Yeah, Lunk, remember that you also can access to my room, and I will be able to check your ID to add you in-game. Okay, guys, also remember that if you have some questions about the previous lessons or any questions that you have, I will be able to answer during this previous time to the class, so just let me know in the comments, okay? So guys, okay guys, the game that you are checking right now is Powerload. You can play just by accessing right there. Just in the top of the screen, you are going to see the letters like my UID, so you can just search for this massive multiplier and play with me. Or access, yes, for this room, okay? And for those that are joining right now, remember guys, we are going to start the class around 6:15 in your end, I think it is. It's going to be in around 6 minutes. We are just waiting a little bit while we wait for more players to join. Hi, how are you? I assist Arisaf channel, right? How are you? How are you? What's going on? So, also guys, very important, if you have some questions, once again, please don't have any remorse. Just ask me directly, and I will be able to answer all your questions. I see Basti. So, Basti, let me add you in game, okay? I'm going to search for you your ID, so I'm going to be able to send you the invite directly. Let me check. Just one moment while we start the class and while my mini word actually reacts. So your UID is 25728092. All right, let's search for your UID. Okay, it's taking longer than expected. I'm just going to copy your UID. I will be able to place it here. Alright, and now I'm going to add you as a friend. So check actually your friendship request on MiniWord, and yeah, I just send you a MiniWord request, okay? So guys, for those that are joining right now, we are just taking some time to start the class. We have a waiting room, so if you want to access, we will be able to play together. And yeah. Okay, so just to show you some of the items that you can find here if you want to play with me, or if you want to play by your own. You are going to have, most of the items are going to have special things. They are going to be like custom items. And I'm going to teach you how to produce some of them, how to create some of them in your end for this class. So, let me show you. Now I can fly. So you're going to have some skills like this one, some custom weapons like this one. I'm going to invite you to play with me in those left minutes. And we left 3 minutes more to start the class, guys. Okay. Let me show you a couple of items more. There's something else that we are going to learn today that we left from the other class. So in the last class, something that wasn't like very clear was like to add some limits to your map, and we are going to learn that today also, okay? Just to let you know, guys. Let's use this one. Okay guys, we almost are going to start the class right now. Just 1 minute more and we will have enough time. Okay guys, so we have the time right now. I'm going to end right here, the waiting room. And yeah, I'm going to let you know my face now. So welcome back guys, welcome to another class here with MiniWord, who speaks StereoCorp, where you know me from some specific parts in the game, for some maps that I create. And yeah, we are going to learn today some extra things about creating this school simulator map. And yeah, nice to meet you guys, nice to see you again. So let me switch to the presentation that you are going to see in the screen right now. So to start the class once more, I'm going to give you like the general things about this specific contest that is going to be the mini camp. So what is going to be the mini camp is a contest in which actually I'm going to teach you how to do some maps. You are going to create some of these maps, and then you are going to submit those maps to MiniWord, and we are going to provide you some actually awards for the best works, also for some works that are creative or other kind of works, okay? So once like a quick run out or a quick explanation about all the things that we have for this contest. So first, remember that the best word that is going to be submitted, remember that you can start submit your works is going to be, the start date is going to be the 6th of June, that means tomorrow, and we have until the 14th of June to complete the map. But once again, to let you know, we are going to have an excellent award that is going to be for at max 2 people or 2 persons per language. That means that for English we have 2 different people that can actually achieve this, and you are going to get a $40 award for submitting your map. We have also the best learning award. How it works, it's the players that actually can make full use of the knowledge learned in the class on their own maps, that can think about the application skills and complete some creation overall from the work. Also, we are going to have some extra pricing for $35 for the most creative map. Also, we are going to have another one that is going to be the best progress one. Is going to be only for developers in level 1 or for not developer players. And personally, I'm going to select a shortlist. For the shortlist, we are going to select the best works, and the best works are going to have also a pricing. As an example, we are going to just check if your actual map completes some specific requirements, like it's going to be playable, it's going to use miniatures, it's going to have an appropriate layout, and according to that, we will be able to give you that. And that one is unlimited, so you are going to probably get a skin just by participating. Once more, we have like different dates for this. Remember that for participate, you need to apply the knowledge learning during the classes. Remember that the classes started on 22 of May and are going to finish tomorrow. After that, you need to submit your artwork, your map, and we are going to qualify your map. So you have until the 14th of June to actually complete that map, okay? Finally, we are going to review your maps. I'm going to personally take the shortlist, and all the team is going to review the last steps for your maps. And this is going to be in between 15th of June and 18th of June. Around 19th of June, 20th of June, we are going to actually submit the winners. So If you want to take a screenshot, go ahead and take a screenshot about this screen. And here you have all the limits, all the dates. Most important one, remember that you need to submit your artwork before the 14th of June, sorry. Important things, guys, try to submit your work one day before, so if something happens, something that you didn't know, as an example, one part of the map is not working, I will be able to provide you a review and we will be able to resubmit the work. And yeah, also remember that we have a Discord channel, so in the Discord channel, if you have something that is not like working fine, like you can ask me questions and I will be able to answer you and complete a full feedback for you, okay? So for this class, the objectives are going to be the next ones. We are going to have a waiting room. We actually have or completed. That was the room that we can use to play together. Also, we are going to see some objectives and schedule. That is the thing that we are doing right now. After that, I'm going to do a small recap with you guys, and I'm going to, once again, let you know how you can set up the limits for your map. What are going to be the limits for your map? It's going to create like an area in which the players are when the players try to leave from this area, the players are going to be killed and are going to send to respawn point. So with this, you're going to be sure that the players are not going to exit from the playable area. For this, we are going to actually take 20 minutes more apart from the recap. Then we are going to start by learning plugins. We are going to learn how to create interactive items, and that are going to be starting by the easy way, and then we are going to learn some advanced things. Remember in my map, in the map that we create as an example for you guys to know how you can create a school simulator, we have like an item that allows you to create a paper plane. We are going to learn how to do that, and we are going to learn some cool things about it. Then we are going to learn how to play with blocks, some basic things about advanced editioning blocks, and also some interactive blocks. Finally, this is going to be the most important part of the class because I want you guys to start have like these pro tools that let you all edit like a pro. And what we are going to do with this is that we are going to create some advanced plugins by using the game files, okay? So for this part, for the last part, is going to be a little bit heavy part in our knowledge, but I hope, guys, that you can actually apply this for the future and create advanced items. Okay, finally, we are going to have some basic questions and answers, and if we have enough time, we are going to play with Diego. We are going to have a map review, so you can show me your maps. I will be able to check if something is working or not, and with that, we will be able to complete the process, okay? Once more, this is going to be the class number 5. We left only a part from this class, and our class tomorrow, it's going to, in that one, we are going to just set up some NPC settings. We are going to learn how to create stores, how to create interactions, and also some advanced things about the artificial intelligence for your actually mobs, okay? For this class, we are going to have some rewards that depends on how many people join to the class. So remember that you are going to have a reward just by joining. This is going to, those codes are going to be given around the half to the class or more. So just just take a little bit of patience to receive those codes. And very important, guys, if you want to receive some feedback, if you want to submit some parts of your work, so I will be able to provide you feedback or other players will be able to play your game, go ahead and join to the minicamp in English. This is the Discord link. Also, you can find the link right here in the description of the video. So just go ahead and access, and with this, we will be able to play together and also to just review your map. So remember, in the description for this video, you can see that information just to let you know, okay? And moving back again to the presentation, we are going to, as always, remind you that for this class, you will need to use a piece of paper and a pen, and also you need a computer. Of course, you can, as always, you can access, or you can edit from a tablet or from your cell phone, but it's not going to be that much like easy as you are using a computer, because what is going to happen is that your code, the code that we are going to see right now, it's going to be harder to edit in a cell phone or a tablet, okay? So starting by the quick recap, and before I start, let me check the comments. So hello Long Run, hello Javril, welcome back. Hello Candy, welcome back. I see that you are from the class for Spanish. Yeah, so welcome back, Alenki Reviews. So let's start the class for this one, and also remember, if you have questions, just let me know in the comments. I will be more than happy to answer all your questions, okay? So I probably are going to take a little bit of time to read your comments and answer, but if I see your comments, for sure I'm going to answer your questions, okay? So moving back, remember that the last class we see this information, we just a quick explanation or a small recap about this. Remember that in the last class we learned how to do some basic things, some basic interactions. So remember guys that we used to have like a player that in game can get some decorations to implement into his room, some food to keep like alive, and get some special items that will help the player to achieve the things faster or to have extra functions inside the school simulator. This was based on a reward item that was a coin or money, whatever you want to give as a more real money inside the game. And we used to have three ways to get the award. It's going to be like playing mini games inside the game, by assisting to the class schedule inside the game, and pay with real money to get some coins in exchange, okay? So remember that for the mini games, we learned to do it, or how to create those mini games with triggers. To assist the class, we create a script that actually I'm going to show you again in case you want to re-download it and install it into your game. And I also teach you how to set up the basics for creating a developer store, okay? That was like the basics. So that was like the basics for creating this interaction, and that was what actually we did in the last class, okay? So we learned also how to create a basketball game inside the game, how to create a football match, a parkour system with hours, and also a racing system with hours. We learned how to create those classes, and when the classes finishes, the player will be able to receive some awards. And also we learned how to set up those stores. So for the ones that didn't assist for this class, if you want to implement these new codes, the codes to create the class system, go ahead and enter to this link. I'm going to copy this link and I'm going to put it into the comments. I'm going to type down this into the comments. So you will be able to actually reach and see the website in which actually you can download all my different triggers, or scripts that I submit for MiniWord. So remember to copy those ones, as you are going to see in the screen that there are going to be two important: class schedule database and class schedule core. Once you copy and paste into your scripts, go ahead and check the previous video from MiniWord, from the last class that is already submitted as a resume, and you will be able to see how to set up this specific part, okay? So now that we already covered the part about the recap, we are going to start with something easy. So the last class we left in the half, or we left to complete some specific points about adding limits to your map, okay? Right now we are going to learn how to do completely this. So for this, I will have to actually go ahead and just change to full screen, because MiniWord and the live streaming are not going to work together very well. So I have to change this. So let me check the screen. Now you should be able to see all my screens. So what I need you to do is you are going to open with this website. This is the website that I left you in the comments, okay? So it's very important that you go ahead and open that one. I see. Okay, for those that are letting me know that the Discord links are not working, I'm going to just fix that. So give me a second, because I see that you are not able to connect. Just give me a second here. Okay, and for those that are just here, you can call me Jejo. There's no need for call me teacher. Yeah, the channel is Multiverse Editor, but I'm Jejo Core inside game. So yeah, you can call me whatever you want, but just to let you know, okay? So, okay, let me create another link for joining to the Discord channel. Just a second, please. Okay, so invite people. We are going to create a code that is not going to expire. Never expires, unlimited. All right. So guys, check the comments right now. I'm going to send you the link so you can join to the Discord channel, okay? Hello, Candy. How are you? Welcome back. All right. Now, check. Go ahead and check. Now the Discord channel should be able to let you in and to let you join to the channel. Okay. So let me move back to the full screen. Okay. So guys, check. I see just right now. Oh, at this site, I think it is. Yeah. At this site, you will be able to see that I already add or send a new link. Okay, so please go ahead and join. Now let me change to full screen right now. And now you should be able to see all the screen, okay? So once more, with the link that you are going to see right here, that is the one that left previous or that I copied previously in the comments, you are going to open this website. Okay, so in this website you can see all the scripts that I create for MiniWord for this class. For the next thing that is going to be to add the limits, we are going to just go ahead and hit the one that says out of game. Once you are on it, you are going to see this screen. So what you need to do to start, you only need to copy all this code. Be sure that you include all the different like characters. Be sure that nothing left, because if something left, probably you are going to get some mistakes. So copy everything from the top to the bottom. Be sure that you are copying. And now you are going to move to MiniWord, and I'm going to show you how we can set up this specific part of the system, okay? So we are going to add some limits to our map. We are going to open this one, okay? So this has some tricks, and I'm going to show you how we can edit this, okay? So let's use this area right here. So imagine that this area that is with this specific floor, I think is marble floor, is going to be your full map, okay? So let's do this. Instead of that, I'm going to teach you a real example in which actually you can see how it works, okay? So I'm going to open back the map that we create for this specific class. Okay, so let me show you. So in the school that we learned how to do, there are going to be some limits. So if the player tries to exit from this school, as an example, for any reason, like the player goes beyond this area, the player is going to be killed and is going to be teleported. So let me show you a working example. I'm going to switch to just normal game, okay? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to exit. So I just go to here, and you're going to see that as soon as I pass just like the limit over, I'm going to move a little bit more, and yeah. As you see, if I move farther away from the limit, I'm going to be killed automatically. So with this, we are going to be sure that the player is not going to exit from your map, okay? That is not going to exit from your school. So we are going to move to the example, and I'm going to let you know how we can set up this. Okay, so right here, you are going to see, like, let's use this example so you will be able to check directly. So once again, this area, the yellow floor area, is going to be our map as an example, okay? And what we are going to do, first thing, when you open your MiniWord, you need to access to the developer tools to see how the script works. For this, you need to access to this area. On the top right of your screen, you are going to see an icon that is going to be like, the icon is going to look like a piece of map with a pencil over it. You are going to hit on that one. And right here, you are going to have like 3 different tabs. You're going to choose the one that says scripts. Probably you are going to have a different one because I know, guys, most of you are from Asia and also most of you are from Vietnam. So probably you are going to have this in your own language, but it's going to be the last tab, okay? So on there, what you are going to do is to create a new script, okay? When you create a new script, you are going to get this specific part that is like a green code here. The code is not going to do anything because remember, green in scripts means that there is just a comment, just some information, but it's not an actual script. So what we are going to do, we need to delete all the information here to start coding. So for this, just hit the recycle bin right here, the trash icon, this one. And with that, it's going to tell you that all the script is going to be deleted. Just hit yes, and right now we have an empty script. We are going to paste the script that we just copied. Remember, once again, just to remind you and just to be sure that you understand this part, copy all the code inside the website that I sent you before. Remember that is going to be also in the description for this video. Once more, once you access to this website, that is going to be github.com/jejocore-art-jejoscripts, you will have these specific scripts that is out of the game, okay? Inside of out of the game, you need to copy everything. Just be sure that all it's copied. As an example, this last part needs to be completely copied. Also, all the characters need to be copied. Just copy it and just paste it here. And you are going to have this new screen, okay? Probably it looks, if you are never worked before with, or you were never working before with the scripts, you are going to see this a little bit confusing. Don't worry, don't scare. The only thing that you need to change is this one, okay? So I set up this script for be easy to understand. So you are going to have right here an area where it says setup, okay? The area that is highlighted right now. Everything else after this, you don't need to set up, you don't need to move anything on there. And what we are going to do is to select the different limits for your map, okay? So let me switch once more to the presentation so you will be able to see all the information and I will be able to explain better a little bit, okay? So for this, if you are able to see my screen, you are going to see how it works, okay guys? Hey, how are you? Alexander, welcome back. So, in this screen, you are going to see two things. First, you are going to see like my school with a screenshot taken from above. And also you are going to have this specific like Cartesian map, okay? So on this Cartesian map, you are going to have two axes, the X and the Y axis, okay? So if we move back to the mini world, to the full screen desktop, let me show you. You are going to see those different variables right here, correct? One says limit X, the second one says limit X2, limit C, and limit C2, okay? So everything that has only the X or one axis here is going to be the minimum value, and the X2 or the C2 are going to be the max value, okay? And let me explain how it works, okay? So in mini words, let me show you right here in the presentation again. All right, I prefer to show you in full screen so you will be able to check better the information. Imagine that we have a player right here, okay? Okay, imagine that this smiling face is going to be the player. Let's put a color that can result here. So it's going to be the red player, right? Okay. So imagine that this player is just pasted in this location. MiniWord is going to have like a coordinate system. So as an example, the middle of the school is going to be 0. So if imagine that we place this over this, okay? So if we place this over this, you are going to have like you are going to see that every block is like a block right here on this specific coordinate system. So if the player is just here, we need to place some limits, okay? So we need to move around the map. We need to find out 4 specific things that are going to be this corner that is going to be highlighted in green on the screen that you are seeing right now. We are going to find also this other corner, okay? And with this, we are going to create in code an area. And what is going to detect the code? The code is going to detect if the player exits from this area and it's going to kill the players. So right now, on this part, you see that there are some numbers here. There is an X numbers and C numbers. Where you can find that information in game? That is going to be the important part. So if you access to your map once more, in the map, you are going to hit the map option, the minimap one, just right here where it showed you where you are pointing for and which one is the north. You are going to hit on that one. And when you hit on that one, you are going to get like different information. First, it's going to tell you the amount of days that you have been playing MiniWorld. It's going to tell you the time or the actual hour of the day. Then it's going to show you the coordinates, the health, and the illumination, okay? So the one that is important for us for this system is the one that says coordinates. Did you see that we have two numbers here? We have one that says 26 and one that says 23. Okay, so if we were in the presentation, you are going to see that those are going to be the numbers. This specific arrow that points from up to the bottom part of the screen is going to be the z-axis, and the one that points from the horizontal weight from the right to from the left to the right is going to be the xy. So how it's going to work in real game. So in the real game, the first one is going to be the X and the second one is going to be the Z axis, okay? So it's pretty simple. To set up this system, what we need to do is we just need to go ahead and we need to stand in one of the corners of your map. Imagine that this is going to be all your map, okay? So you need to only stand in one side of your map, correct? Once you are standing right here or in the border, you can go ahead and you can move one block more than the border, like it's going to be this one. You only need to open MiniWorld right here or the minimap, just placing by here, and you are going to see that those numbers change, okay? So what we are going to do for this? It's pretty simple. We are going to take note for it. Remember that you can use. Okay, I'm not sure if you are able to see my full screen, so let me move back. Yes, truly sorry for that, guys. Once more, imagine that this area is going to be the map, okay? All right, so this specific area is going to be the map that we are going to set the limits for. So you are going to just go to one corner once more, and you are going to stand right here in the corner, okay? One block more than the corner. Once you are on there, you are going to open right here. In this specific side of the screen, you are going to hit and you are going to see all this information. Once more, you are going to have the coordinates here and you are going to see a number. It's going to be 12, minus 12 and 12. Very important on here, like the symbol before the number matters, okay? So you are going to take the note. You are going to just type X and Y, okay? Those are going to be the axis, and you are going to take note of the numbers. So the first number, the 12th one here, is going to be the x-axis. So you are going to take note. Remember that this specific sign matters, so be sure that you place it if you have a minus on it. And the second one is going to be 12, correct? We got the first number. We're almost ready and completed to go. Now we need to just go ahead and stand on the opposite sides of your map. So if you stand right here, you don't need to go like to this corner, you need to go to the opposite one and it's going to be the other corner, okay? So if you see, we are crossing like in diagonal, so just go ahead and just stand in the other side. Once you stand on this side, you are going to do just the same. You are going to hit in the minimap, remember, the corner and one block more, okay? And you're going to hit on here. As you see, the different amount of values are going to change. So you are going to take note of also of these specific numbers, so XP and YP, just to take a name of it, okay? So on the other corner, the number X is going to be minus 39, and the number, or the coordinate number, the second one for the Z-axis is going to be 29. Very important, guys. I made a mistake here. This is not X, Y, sorry, it's and Z-axis, okay? So very important to clarify. These one are going to be Y, sorry, X and Z, and this one is going to be Y. So when you see on scripts or when you see on triggers that is asking you for a Y-axis, it's going to be the health. That means in which altitude is your specific character, okay? So we got these numbers, okay? Now we already have like the half of the system ready to go. Let me switch to the presentation to explain the things that left, okay? Just a moment. Okay, so if you see in my notes, there were like two different numbers, and I'm going to copy it into the screen so you will be able to see it too, okay? So just a second. Let's place it here. Okay, those are like the values that we copy from our map, okay? So let me result this a little bit. Okay, so x minus 12 and x minus 39. And this is very important, guys. Did you see this line, this specific part? So you need to locate those numbers on this specific part. So I know that most of you already know this, but for those that are not very well on mathematics, we need to find out which one of the x-axis are going to be the max and the minimum value, okay? So for the, if you have positive numbers, that means numbers that doesn't have like a sign before, it's going to be very easy. 12 is going to be like less than 29. So the bigger number is going to be 29, the minimum number is going to be 12. When you have negative values, this is going to be backwards, because if you see this specific measure here, if you see to this size we have the max value and to this size we have the minimum value. So minus 39 is going to be around this point if we continue this line, and minus 12 is going to be around this area. So for this one, actually this number is going to be greater than the second one, okay? Minus 39, it's has less amount of value, it's lesser than 12. And for this one we also have like the difference, okay? So once you find out which one is going to be the max number and the minimum number, what I need you to do is to go ahead and switch to miniword again, and we are going to now edit our script, the one that we just copied. So open the scripts. Remember to change the name for the script, very important before starting, because with that you are going to know what your script is doing. So in my case, I'm going to set up out of the game, okay? Now that you access to out of the game, you are going to choose this specific part, okay? And now that you are in here, what you are going to do is just copy and paste the values, okay? So just copy and paste the values that we have here. So the minimum number is going to be right here where it says limit x. So it's going to be minus 39. The second value for x, that, or the value that is going to be greater for x is going to be minus 12. So we are going to just do the same. We are going to copy it right here, but in the one that says x2. So x is going to be minimum value, x2 is going to be the max value. Did you guess what are going to be also for this one? Yes, that's right. For C value, the minimum value is going to be here and the maximum value is going to be here. So just go ahead and copy and paste. So 12 is going to be the minimum value. Okay, go ahead and access here. And finally, the last value, it's going to be 29. Okay, guys? So with 29, we have our math complete. And if everything works fine, we will be able to play. Just to be sure, let me place like a spawn point here, because if I didn't place a spawn point here, probably I'm going to die over and over, then that's not going to be funny at all. But we are going to be sure that with this, we are going to just reborn right here, okay? And now we are going to change the mode. So now the script is working. Let's see if it works, okay? So as you see, I can move freely around the school, around our map, this specific example that we create. But if I pass this line, I'm going to be teleported back to the beginning. And I'm not going to die, actually. Actually I'm going to die, but I'm going to resurrect on that area, okay? So with this, you are going to be sure that the players cannot exit from your script. Okay, as you see, now I just reborn and it's a working trigger, okay? So now let me move to the normal setup from miniword, and we are going to move. We are going to start to create some custom interactive items, okay? So to create this, we are going to start with the basic things, okay? So let me show you on the screen very quickly. We are going to start by creating some specific plugins, okay? So there is two ways that you can create a plugin, or there are actually multiple ways. You can create actually custom plugins just for your map. For this, we only need to hit right here in the mini world screen. You will need to just hit right here where it says, or where you can have like this icon out on the tools that are in orange at the right side of your map. You are going to see this icon that looks like a piece of paper with an arrow on it. If you hit on that one, you are going to hit the full screen interaction for creating different items inside the game, okay? So for those that are like that doesn't have like the best knowledge of this, are going to have like a quick explanation, okay? But before I start, guys, I noticed that my mini word is actually not in the best language for you guys, because right now it's in Spanish. Let me switch back this mini word to English. So with this, we are going to be sure that you actually are going to understand everything. So while we do this, let me know if you have any questions. I'm going to check your comments right here in my cell phone. Okay, I see that there's some highs on here. So hi, Anthony Cifuentes, welcome back. Hi, Cindy, once again. Hi, Sets. Sets, that's cool. You add your UID here, so I will be able to add you guys. So for those that want to let me your UID, I'm going to be able to add you. And welcome back, Nijan. It's pronounced like that, right? For me, actually, Asian names, like Vietnam names, or even Korean names are going to be very hard to pronounce because I didn't know how to pronounce your names. I hope I actually pronounce it well. And yeah, also my name is a little bit hard to pronounce in other languages. So guys, I hope until this point everything is clear for you guys, because the next part that I'm going to explain requires a little bit of focus on it because it's going to be important, okay? So I think mini words already loads again, so we will be able to continue. Let me, yeah, you can see my screen now. I'm going to place the map in full screen, and yeah, let me show you again once more. So now it's in English, so everyone here is going to be able to understand at least what I'm going to do right now, okay? Sometimes you are going to have this book. The only thing that you need to do is to wait a little bit until MiniWords loads all the information, and yeah, now you are going to see the screen. So right here, you are going to see two different things also. So you can edit from here, and this specific button, the one that you can find in your map, is only going to edit the plugins for your map. Also, you will have these specific features. So in the top of the screen, where you can see all your maps, correct, there is going to be one yellow button here on the top, in the top, yes. And on there, you can hit the pure plugin library. On there, you can find all the plugins that you have for your game. So as you see, as I create a lot of plugins, I have a lot of items here, a lot of creatures, a lot of different things. And with this, the cool thing about this is that you can set up some basic like plugins that you can add to any map, okay? So we are going to start right here. We are going to start by just explaining how this UI works, so you will be able to understand everything. I know, guys, that some of you already know that part, but I just want to be sure that everyone in the class can see this information. So in here you have like the different kinds or categories or setups or divisions for the plugins that you create. Very quickly explanation: blocks, it's self-explanatory, it's going to be the blocks. Creatures works for all the mobs that you are going to place. It doesn't matter if it's monsters or animals or bosses, you can edit it from here. Props are going to be all the objects that you can use in game, like swords, weapons, equipment, some ammo or projectiles. Those are going to be here. On recipes, you can have like the craftable items, so you can choose how you can craft a specific item with some specific objects. Smeltings means how you can create those specific items by smelting or putting those into a oven inside the game. Storyline is to create some interactions inside the game, and status are going to be the different buffs that you can get in game, okay? So to start this class, we are going to just create something very simple and something very easy, guys, okay? So to be able to create this, what we are going to do is start by creating some plugins, but for objects. And what we are going to create is a simple thing. We are going to create an object and that will allow you to jump. It's not going to push the player, it's going to allow you to jump by yourself a little bit fast in front of you, okay? So for this, just hit on new. Once you are in new, you are going to have two options. So this class is going to be focusing a little bit on scripts. Let me explain the difference. Edit means that you can take an original item and you can change the settings on it. As an example, you can edit the warrants, you can change the actual projectiles that goes fires when you use it. You can change the statistics or the stats for each one of the different items. You can change some food and you can change some equipment. As an example, you can change the model only for the wings. But for this one, what you are going to do is to create. Create allows you to create a plugin from zero, not a like basic configuration plugin. So you are going to hit on create, and on there you are going to get that screen. Probably you are going to get less items than I have, than the one that I have here. So you are going to just hit on the plus icon right here, then the one that is in blue, and it's going to show you this new screen. So very quick and very important, guys, you have like different options here. So let me explain why one by one, so you are going to have all the information. The most common one is going to be misc. Misc means that this item is not going to do actually nothing. It's like an item that you can have on your screen, that you can have by your end or by yourself, and you can actually use as a coin or just as an information, or as an example, you can set up a key here, but the item by itself is not going to do anything. It's just an item that you can have, but it's not actually going to do any change. Tools, by the other way, means that you can have an item that can have a second option. As an example, you can have an axe, you can have a sword, also you can have like a shovel. Any of the items that you use as a tool inside MiniWorld can be here. And the setups are going to be like the levels, if it's going to have like some usage that is going to damage the item, if it's going to be more effective, it's going to have a level tool. And some of these you are going to be able to actually change the attack value, the damage value. The second one is going to be bows. So bows and weapons are going to be separated in MiniWorld. Okay, so with a bow, you need to have an arrow, or you need to have like the ammunition that this bow uses, so that's very important. It's not easy to set up a weapon that you can use as freely, because it's not going to work most of the times, okay? So this one is only going to work for bows. The second one is going to be ammo projectile. So this projectile can be fired by misc items, by bows, and by firearms, okay? So that's very important. With this you can create explosions, you can create arrows, you can create bullets, you can create meteors, you can create any kind of things that can be fired and can shoot from distance to other players. In firearms, it's going to be cool because you are going to have like, as an example, you are going to have most of the guns. You can set up a bazooka, a sniper, a machine gun, and yep, you are going to be able to set up the ammo amount, the magazine's amount, the speed of the bullets, how many bullets is going to have the player, also the weight, so the player is going to be move slower if he has a big gun. The 5161 is going to be the food. The food is just like self-explanatory, something that you can eat to heal yourself. It only has two options: to heal your hunger bar or to heal your actually life bar. And the third one is going to be a lucky bag. So how it works, a lucky bag. A lucky bag is something that you can open and get random items or get like a lot of items, okay? All right, for the codes, it left a little bit. Hello. So yeah, it's going to take a little bit. It's around going to be at the end of the class that you can get like the codes, okay? So for the bag, guys, remember that you can place random items on it, okay? And finally, we have the equipment. The equipment will allow you to set up, like, as an example, an armor, a chest, a helmet. You can change the model, you can choose where it's going to be located, so it's very cool also, and it's going to allow you to modify the statistics for the players, and also to add some cool effects, okay? So for creating this, the, the item that I'm going to show you to do, we are going to use Misk. As Misk is not going to do anything, we are not going to change the damage, the player is not going to be able to fire something with this, so it's the perfect item, okay? So as an example, you can choose a custom name for it. You can choose as an example, Impulse. And now you can set up a description. You just put whatever you want. In my case, it's going to be jump higher. Okay, we are going to choose the model for this one, and I'm going to use the jetpack model. Now, on this part, you are going to see the different tabs for the different setups of your plugins. That's also going to work for the blocks and for everything else, okay? So we are going to use the attribute here. We are going to choose one. I just want the player to have one. If the player gets another, it's not going to be in the same stack. It's going to be in a different one. And we are not going to touch this, but let me explain how it works. If you set up the advanced physics, what it's going to do is going to allow the item works like it's a physical item. So you can push it, you can throw it, you can do a lot of things with it. My recommendation is only use this for like items that you are going to actually need it. Don't use it like for any kind of item, because it's going to lag a little bit your game. It's going to make your game work slower. So just use it carefully when you actually need it. But the important thing is we are going to move to skills, and in skills we can do some different setups for this impulse system. If you add or you hit on new skill, new item skill, you're going to see this screen, okay? I'm going to explain this also because it's very important for you guys. React block means that you can change, remove, or replace blocks. Attack means that you can do a damage. Power strike is going to push the players far away. Buff is going to give to the target a buff. Summon creature is self-explanatory. With this you can create some mobs. Heal is going to just heal the player. And this is very important, guys. If you want to heal in an area, it's probably you are going to get some errors, because you can heal with this death players, so you can like reborn players, like revive players, and that's not going to be cool when you are in some kind of games. And finally, we have shot projectiles. So also you can do some items that can shoot some specific items if you don't want to use the normal one, okay? So for this one, the fire guns and the bows, okay? For this one, what you're going to do is a player that jumps, okay? Imagine that this is your screen saying from the bottom, we want the player to jump and fall, okay? So just hit on power strike. And this is tricky, okay? So because with this, you can do two things. First, make the player jump, or second, make the player push other players, okay? So knockback is going to be the distance that the player is going to move. So that means I'm going to push the player back like 45 blocks, 1 block, 2 blocks, 3 blocks, and this is going to be how like the altitude or the height that the player is going to be pushed. So if I push as an example, let's do a 10 blocks. That means that it's going to jump 10 blocks with this. Okay, so let me show you the example. Okay, so we have also, let me show you this example later, because I just want you to actually understand this part before adding into the game. Skill type, we have two options, target point and no target. Most of the times when you are creating a game, it's going to be easy to use no target. With that, you can create just a closer thing that is closer to your character. We also have the charge mode, guys, and how the charge mode is going to work. So the charge mode is if you need to hold the button and how many times you are going to hold it and how it's going to work. So we have some options here. No charge mode means that as soon as you hit on it, it's going to be used. Cast after charge means that if you stop the charge, the complete amount of time to charge the item, to load the item, it's not going to work. So you can still hold it, and if you left just like a millisecond, it's not going to load. It's going to charge or work only after you fully charge this. Sorry, actually that the one that I explained is max charge only. The cast after charge means that your item is going to have the skills after the amount of time that you actually hold it. So, as an example, if you full amount of time that you are going to add a buff to your player is going to be 20 seconds. With this, you can set up that if the player only hold it for 10 seconds, it's going to have the half of the effects. And if he only hold it like for a quarter of the time, it's going to have only the quarter of the effect, okay? And finally, autocast after max charge is going to be different from max charge only because it's going to actually run by itself. So with max charge only, that means that if you still holding, even after it's fully charged, it's going to only cast the skill, only going to cast the spell that we are adding when you just left or when you release the button of charging. But with autocast after max charge, it means that as soon as it completes the full amount, it's going to load the skill and it's going to execute it. So for this one, as we want a fast thing, and most of the times what I do for make the players having like an easy interface is going to be non-charge mode, okay? The cooldown is the amount of time that your item is going to be completely off before you can use it again. So as this example, we are going to place it just in 5 seconds, okay? Now, target, you can choose if this specific skill that you are going to add applies to your team, to a different team, or to both of them, okay? So imagine that we are going to do like a Nova skill. In that case, we can use different teams, so it's going to push all the players. But as I'm going to use this item for myself, I want myself to jump, I'm going to use same team. And that means that it's going to execute in the same team that I'm working from. Now, range type. Range type means that you can have like different options. You can have single target, that means that only it's going to work in you or in the closer target if it's an enemy target. Pin means that it's going to be everything that is in front of you. You can choose like, imagine that you are using a Kamehameha and it's going to just damage the players that are in front of you, okay? You can choose actually the size of the Kamehameha and also you can choose the distance that is going to work. An area is like everything that is around you, including the health, okay? So for this, I'm going to choose single target as I only want to jump by myself. And finally, here we have some options. Consume means if you are going to use as an example some ammo, in which case you will need to have some items to use this item, as an example arrows to shoot the bow. Hunger level is just going to be your hunger bar, and durability is going to be the amount of time that you can use this item. If you actually keep it in hunger level and you keep it in 0, it's not going to do anything. It's an item that you can use all the time, okay? So save and return. Right now this item is not in our map, okay? But it's right here, okay? So how we can add it into our map? Just hit your map, hit the plugin editor here. Let's add that item just by hitting add and search for your item. So my item's supposed to be around this area. For some reason I'm not able to see it. Yeah, it's right here, Impulse. And let's see how it works inside the game, and also let me check your comments. Yeah, hi Snow Lake, welcome back. Alright, I see. Yes, it was actually an hour ago. Actually, you come late for 1 hour. Remember, the class is going to start in Vietnam time. So, just to remember that we set up like the limit, so I'm going to be sure to turn off that one, because if we keep it on, we won't be able to exit from here. Now, we are going to add the item that we just created to show you the example very quickly. Let me show you here, guys. Okay. All right, so this item is going to be right here. Let's play. Let's move to play game. And I'm going to put this item on my inventory and let me show you. As you see, right now, we are doing a jumping skill. We need to wait 5 seconds to use it again, but the item is done, okay? So, now you can edit, as this plugin is just added into the map, you can edit it right here. So if you see in the screen, on the top right corner, you also are going to see this specific bar, where you can see this specific item that is going to be this one, or this specific menu that is the one that looks like once again, like a file, just a piece of paper with an arrow on it. You hit on that one, and in props, you are going to see the impulse system, okay? So, very quickly, we are going to change this, okay? Just let me take some water. Okay, now I will be able to show you guys the difference. So as you see, we only move like the distance. Now we want the player to move also in the front of itself, okay? So if we change this, we can decide like the values that are going to be negative are going to make the player jump backwards, and the values that are positive are going to make the player jump in front of him. So as an example, we are going to move 10 blocks, okay? We are just going to save, and let me show the difference now. We are going to switch once more to play mode. We're going to pick the item back. And now I'm not going to only move or jump, I'm going to move also forward. So yes, as you see, I also move forward, okay? So as an example, cool things that you can do with this. So let me show you very quickly this. What you can do with this is that you can make a flying system, okay? How you are going to do the flying system? Imagine that you are going to just change this cooldown to 0. That means that the player is not going to have cooldown. And you are going to reduce this a little bit to make the player jump. But let's do it. So as you see, I only place in 2 and 2. I'm going to enter to the game again. I'm going to play. And if we pick the same item right here, you're going to see that now I can fly because I can use it all the time. Of course, this is not going to be the best way to fly into mini-world, but as you see, in less than 5 minutes, we have a flying system. So, if you play some of my games, at the beginning I was using this type system. Now I'm going to use an advanced edition. Just with the same example, we are going to do another flying item, but we are going to do a cooler effect, okay? So this is going to just make the player levitate a little bit, and for this we are going to change this, okay? So what we are going to do is just going to go ahead and move to the plugin editor, okay? And I'm going to show you how you can create a dummy item, okay? So for those that didn't know how a dummy item works, a dummy item is something that is just going to execute something that actually doesn't do anything, just show the effects to the players. So the players will be, or you as a game developer, will be able to develop actually a code that will complete that execution. With this, you can do advanced items because, as an example, you can do like a player creating some copies of it and get some like extra buffs on it, and you can change the model, and you can do a lot of things just with one item. Because as you see right here, I'm only able to add one item to it, one skill to the item. Okay. So how you are going to do this? First, guys, you need to create a new status. Okay. So go ahead and in this part, just select status, select adds, and once more you are going to select just the plus symbol at the end that says new. When you hit on new, you are going to hit on create. Okay, guys? In create, you are going to hit in the plus symbol now, and you are going to do the next thing. You are going to create a new skill that is going to be do me item. Okay? And what is going to do me item? Do me item is going to provide, as an example, not effect, like literally it's not going to do anything, but it's going to allow you to detect the item into the plugins. Description, don't place anything on it, just keep it empty. On here, you can choose whatever you want. I personally try to choose the icon that looks like a poof, so I'm not going to get confused. You don't need any special effects. And yeah, just keep it like that. As you see, there's no like any change on here. You are not going to add an event. It's just like an empty status is just going to be to detect the item. Okay. So now that you add this specific status to your game, you are going to enter a game. okay? And what you are going to do with this is that once again you are in game, you are going to add this to your item. So just edit your item, hit on skills, delete the actual skill that we create, and we are going to select buff, okay? Buff, it's going to have an interaction that allows you to, if you hit an edit, you are going to see like how you can add a buff, all the settings for it. On here you can choose like the different buffs. As an example, you can make an item that heals the player, that increases the speed, that provides night vision, that increases the defense, whatever you want. For this, we are going to use the do me item, okay? In the do me item, we are going to select the duration. It's going to be just 1 second. The rate is going to be 100. The type of damage, just keep it in melee. The damage 0. The skill, as you see, it's just the same interface of almost all the interface. It's going to be the same after this part. So a skill type is going to be no target. That means that we cannot use it just by 1 second. The charge mode is going to be no charge mode. We can select like 2 seconds in the amount of cooldown. Target is going to be yourself, so select same team. On range type, select single target, and we are done. So we have an item that is not going to do anything, okay? So right now, if you access to mini-word, let's check this, guys. If I play, literally, it's just going to provide me the buff, but as the buff is not going to do anything, it's actually not going to do anything right now. But this will allow us to set up some basic things about this specific item. As an example, create some effect and also create some jump for it, okay? So some players into Discord were asking me how you can create a double jump system. For this, you can use this, okay? And let me show very quickly how we are going to do. We're going to access right now on the top to your plugin editor once more. Sorry, to your developer tools. The developer tools are going to be like the map that has a pencil on it. You are hit on there and you are going to hit with triggers. We are going to create a trigger for this one, okay? So we are going to create a new trigger. You are going to rename it as a interactive item. Okay, guys. Now that you have it as an interactive item, hi, I see that you are in the comments, so welcome to Josue. Josue, you have also my same name. Yes, you are coming a little bit late. Hi, Rosen, how are you? And hi, Esther. Okay, so Esther, we are giving a class, this is the 5th class, about how to create a school simulator map. Of course, you can create a different game with the information that I provided right now, but right now we are learning how to edit advanced items, okay? So just to let you know, we are going to select an event to add specific skills to this item, and we are going to select player. We are going to select use a prop. That means that when the player is going to detect or use the prop, it's going to run this code. The condition is going to be, of course, the item that we are going to use. So we are going to select determine item type, and we are going to choose item. For this, just keep it like it is. Just select the red part and select template library. Once more, we need to select our item. The custom items are going to be at the end, so just scroll down and select custom and select the item that we just create. Okay. Now that we have the impulse item here, we are going to create the action. So for make the players move, we have some specific actions. So we need to search for that one, okay? So let me see. Spawn, change player toggle, obtain effect, change team, change location, change facing angle, try a vehicle, change the view, make the player do an emoticon, make the player move towards this direction. So guys, once more, I know that a lot of you are coming from Vietnam, from Korea, from Russia. Probably you are going to have a different name on your language, so check your language, okay? In my case, in English, it's going to say make player move towards direction. And we are going to move the player towards a direction. So we have some options here. It will allow us to choose which direction. Top, below, left, right, front. So we are going to move back, okay? The speed is the amount of blocks that we can move. We are going to choose 2, okay? Now we have like the lateral or the horizontal part of the speed. Now we are going to also make the player move upwards, okay? So just select again the same thing. We are going to make player move in some direction, and we are going to select Adobe. That means that it's going to jump a little bit. We are going to select 1 of speed, and we have right now the movement. Now, as we want to have more options here, we also are going to provide some extra tools for the player, some extra buffs, okay? So for this, we are going to add also an effect. So we are going to select obtain an effect. We are going to change the status. So remember, just hit the red part, select template library, and in template, you are going to have all the different effects, okay? So first one, we are going to choose to add some speed to the player. So when the player just faces the ground, it's going to have a speed increase. We are going to give the player 2 seconds. So remember here, just here hits 1 second. This needs to be remains on false. And we are going to also actually add another buff to the player, okay? It's just to show you that you can create a lot of things with this dummy buff, because you can add a setup for it. So the new effect is going to be something different, okay? So for the new effect, we are going to actually, let's change the player, and the player is going to be a shift. So as an example, you can change the model, okay? You're going to give also 3 seconds of shaped part. And right now we have like a custom skill with more effects, okay? So let me switch to third player screen so you will be able to see the screen. Okay, so yeah, that's my player, okay? Let me show you. I hope it works, because sometimes I made some mistakes on triggers, but check this. As you see, it's jumping back, it's having speed increased, and also it's going to change the model. As you see, we create an item with multiple skills, and you can combine a lot of them. It's just your imagination, okay? As an example, I'm going to show you a couple of examples here, okay? Some that I create for my maps, and it's using just the same thing that you are checking right now. So let me show you this one. Okay, I'm going to switch to 1 player so you will be able to see some advanced effects, and I'm going to explain how it works, okay? Because you already have the base. Okay, so let me show you right here. As you see on here, I have like a lot of items, but let me use this one that is using just the same that you see. Also, I'm going to show you as an example for this one. And yeah, some items that are going to have more effects are going to be like this one. Also some guns that are going to have some specific effects, okay? So this item, what it's going to do is allow me to switch it's going to transfer myself, okay? So let me show you how it works. If I use it, I go to start flying, and I'm going to change the model to the mini T system, okay? As you see, it's the same that we made. It's the same thing that we checked just right now. The difference is that it's going to use the bubble status to keep flying, but it's going to be just the same, okay? Once more, let me show you the effect. Okay, as you see, we learned how to do an advanced item. The only thing that you need to do is to change the shape for another model that we learned that also in the previous class. Okay, this one is going to use also the same system, and what it's going to do is to change the model of the player and create some mobs around the player. So let me show the example. As you see, the player is going to look like he's confusing the other players, because the other players are not going to know which one is one. But as you see, it's just the same system. It's providing a status and it's creating some mobs, and we can use just the same. This is going to be a little bit more advanced. I'm going to teach you this kind of edition a little bit, but this is going to be like a dark hole that pushes the players to this area, okay? And it's also very simple to create. It's just using the same system that I showed you, multiple effects. And as an example, this one is a gun that creates some mobs. So When the gun hits, what it's going to do is, with the system that I showed you, just create a mob, okay? So this is like a quick example of what you can do with these specific items, okay? Now, let me show you what we can create with this one. So remember, in the class, we have some specific items, guys, okay? So when you select to be a teacher in the class, in the school simulator, we have 2 items that we need to complete to have fully implemented our system. That was something that I promised to teach you, and you are going to see that it's very simple. So in the school simulator map, the teacher is going to have 2 items. The first one is to award a player that is going to be, just by hitting the player with the heart, the player is going to receive an extra award when the class finished. And when you hit a player, of course it's not going to work with mobs, but when you hit a player with the ruler, it's going to send the player to the detection room, and it's going to keep the player inside of the detection room for a while, okay? For at least some minutes until the player actually get this effect, so the player cannot exit from here, okay? So with this system that I teach you, I'm going to just teach you how it works, okay? So to do this, we are going to move back to our example, okay? And we are going to start from 0, okay, guys? So let me show you. We are going to move back here to the plugin editor, and we are going to create 2 extra status, okay, guys? What are going to be the extra status that we have here? We are going to create one for the punishment and one for the award, okay? So just hit a new plugin. We are going to create a new status, and we are going to start with the punish one, okay? So select punish players, or you are punished. So hit the actual description for it. So the description is going to be, you can exit from the discipline room while you are punished, okay? Select the icon for it. So remember, this is like the visuals for your effect or for your buff. So select the item or the icon for it, sorry. I use this one because it has like the chains around the player, so the player is going to understand that it's a bad buff. Remember, all the color in red for the players are going to be that is a bad buff. So try to select a red one. The special effect, you can choose whatever you want. I prefer to use the chains, so the player will be sure that actually is punished. Is this one. And the sound effect is going to be the effect that the player receives when it's punished. So select mark and select something like, as you hear, the player is going to notice like it's punished. So that one is going to work for me. Also, if you want to add some colors, I add the color red on here. So if you hit a hashtag or pound then the letter R, you are going to have like a red color. Let me show you an example here. You're not going to see in the title when you are just editing your map, but you are going to see it in game. So as an example, I'm going to place here red, and as you see, it changed to red color, okay? So for the effect, what you are going to select is nothing. This is just, once again, a dummy buff. It's not going to do anything because everything we are going to do it with setups. The attribute, it needs to be negative, okay? The only thing that you are going to change here is negative. And save. Now that we have our new buff created, just add it into the game. Just select the check mark over it and then select add. Now that we have already this, we are going to create the other buff, that is the award buff, okay? So you are going to scroll down, select as a new buff, create, select again the plus symbol, and you're going to have this interface again. So select your or award student, okay? And you are going to select the description. You are the best student until now. Now select a color for it, okay, guys? So remember, red is going to be negative. Now the color green is going to be positive. So I use this one that looks like something that is going to be better. And it's going to be a positive way. It's like a player that is stronger. So to select the best award, you can choose this one. Also, you have more options here. So as an example, if you can place the crown, it's going to work also. It's going to look like the player is the best. Now for the special effect, I use something that looks like the player has been promoted. So I remember I use one of those. Let me see. So as you see right now, you can see like all the effects in game that you can add to the player. Okay, so let's choose an effect that looks cool for the player. That looks like it's an award. I think that probably could be this one, or let's see if in marks we have another that looks greater. Let's see in flames, in particles. If you see any cool effect, just let me know. And yeah, let me check your comments back, guys. Yeah. Oh yeah, we also are reaching the part about the code, so don't worry about it. Hi Circle, welcome to the class. We are almost in the on the finishing the class. We left 1/2 hour, but you can check the class actually. Go backwards into the class to see all the class, and you are going to learn everything. Okay. I'm not really decided for which effect we are going to use, so let's see. I like this one, but I'm not sure about it. Okay. Okay, let's use this one for now, okay? And the sound, remember to select mark and just choose something that sounds good, that sounds like a reward for the players. As an example, you can choose this one. And for the color, you can choose a green color. For choose a green color, just use hashtag or pound and use the letter G in uppercase. And with that, you are going to have this part in green, okay? So as an example here, you're going to see that I have green color here. Now for the effect and everything, we are going to just keep it like it is. Now we are going to add it into the game. So for this, search for the buff that you create and select the check mark and select add, okay? So right now it's working, but we need to edit a little bit this to make it like working game, because what happened is that mini-world is going to have the items inside, but it doesn't have the right UID, and probably it's going to change once you edit it, okay? So be sure that you access again and just change anything in your games. As an example, from 10 to 9, that's it, saved. And once again, the other one from 10 to 9, saved. And now you can enter to the game, and the game is going to have those specific buffs, okay? And now let me show you. You're supposed to see it on the screen. So remember that in the class number 3, we had this, in the 4, I think it is, yes. We had, in the last class, it was the class number 4. Remember that we had this score system, this class system. So in those specific like scripts that you copy from there, you're going to select the one that says class core. And on there, let me switch to the full screen, because probably if you are not going to be able to see the code if you are not in this specific one. Remember that we have this specific line. So remember that everything it's cool, but there is a part that is going to be easy to modify. That is the one that says setup. So everything after that, you don't need to mess with it. Of course, if you want to learn it a little bit, you can check a little bit how it works. But for now, we only need to select the one that says setup, okay? So in the last class, we set up the item, or in some classes ago, we set up the item. Now we are going to set up like the punish and the award buff, okay? So first one, we are going to select the punish one. You are going to see a number here, okay? So you are trying to guess where you can find that number. So guys, just delete that number, delete the one that says punish buff and award buff. It has some numbers in front, just delete those numbers. And once you are in front of global punish buff, you are going to hit where it says IT library. Once you are on there, you are going to have like this scroll down or this drop down menu. In the drop down menu, you are going to select the option that says item, okay? No, sorry, buff. You are going to select buff because we are adding a buff. And once you select buff, you are going to have like this interface that will allows you to select the item, okay? So if you hit the different items, you are going to have also like the different IDs for the items, okay? And this is very important because with this you can add things faster. So if you just put the mouse over the item, you are going to see the ID. It says the name, and below that it says ID, and it says the number that this specific book has. So just hit custom, and in custom you are going to see the description and what your actual buff does. So if you hit over the punish it, you are going to have a different number probably than the one that I have. And in my case, this one is going to be a lot of numbers and zeros, and at the end the number 2. So just hit on that and select insert. So when you insert, you are going to have like the number, and right after that you are going to have like a comma, and then you are going to have a number 1. So remember, we are going to remove the number 1 and the comma, okay? So just select again in here and delete that. Now go ahead and select the second one, okay? So remember, the number is going to be just the number that is going to, I think is 5 millions. Yes, 5 millions and the number 2 after the 5 million. So it's okay, that's the only number that needs to be there. Remove the comma and the number that comes after it. And also right here, you are going to do the same. So for global hour buff, you are going to hit ID library buff. You are going to select custom, and you are going to select our library, okay? Our student. We're going to have also the number and the comma. Remember to move the last number and the comma. And yeah, right now we can have it. So as an example, you only need to save it, and you can play the game. So right now we have like the system working. Right now, if you actually add that buff to a player, the player is going to be punished or is going to be awarded, okay? And as you see here, the system for the classes is starting, is showing you the time and everything. Right now, we have the half of the system. What we left, guys? We left like the part when you can actually add like the system. So when you hit a player or when you use an item, you are going to punish the player or award the player, okay? For now, before continuing, I see, guys, that you need some codes. So I'm going to start providing you some codes, okay? So, guys, in the comments, just let me know if you want the codes while I'm getting those for you, okay? Just as a moment. And the first code that I'm going to share with you guys is going to provide you 15 mini pins, okay? The second one is going to provide you some skin cards. So just a second here. Check the comments and be sure that you're already having your mini word open. Because guys, in your mini word is going to, well, let me explain a little bit more. These codes are going to be like some limitations. Only 15 people can redeem. So be sure that as soon as I place it, you will be able to change it because it's going to take some time, okay? So let me do it. Are you ready, guys? So there you go. I just sent you the link, the first one, okay? So go ahead and copy that code and paste it into your mini word to claim those 15 mini pins. Now, while you wait for that, I'm going to just get the other code, okay? Just a moment, please. The second one is going to be for some skin cards, okay? That you can use in game, actually. Okay, so I'm also going to place it into the comments. Very quickly, let me switch to mini word back and let me show you how you can redeem them, okay? So, as you've seen in mini word, to redeem a code, the only thing that you need to do is go ahead, be in the main screen of mini word, this one, and you are going to hit right here when you see the icon of a gift. Once you are on there, just go to events, probably as once more, depending on your language, you are going to have a different one. But remember, it's when you can claim those daily logins and everything. Then hit on activation code and just paste the code here. Then you are going to hit activated, I'm not going to claim it, of course, because if I claim it, I'm going to make some of you guys to lose that code. So just hit on activate it and you are going to get the code, okay? All right, guys, so I think I give enough time for you guys to claim the code. Let me give you a couple of seconds more. While I wait for you guys to claim those two codes, I'm going to take just 2 minutes, I think, for that. In the meanwhile, I'm going to just review some things here. And take some water, of course. Okay, let me host this game because I want to see if I'm able to show you guys how it works. I know, guys, that probably some of you won't be able to join to my rooms because what happens is that right now mini world limits some regions, so you won't be able to join to all the regions on most of the times. But let me try to play. Some more players are going to be able to join, and I will be able to show you the example in real time, okay? Or let me try to access directly from my account. Probably with that also we will be able to show you, okay? So I'm going to join to my room from another account. I hope this is not going to reduce the speed for the streaming, and it's going to have a good speed. Okay, so right now I'm going to join to my own room with another account. Oh, actually we have a player. Okay, so let me search for the player. Okay, so the items that we are going to do with the system that we had is just this one. As an example, if I hit the player, as you see, the player is going to be teleported and is going to be into this room. The player cannot exit from this room while this item, this specific feature, is activated. So let me show you. I'm going to punish back the player, and I'm going to wait until the player tries to exit from here. Well, the player, I think, is not going to try to exit because it's just exploring the area. And yeah, the player will be able to exit from here. Won't be able, actually. Let me access with my own account, so the player is going to, I will be able to test the player. Okay, so students, let's select students and let's move to the area. Also, you will be able to award the players. So as an example, if I hit the player with this one, the player is going to receive an extra award when the player actually exits from the room, okay? Or when the class time completely finished. And that's what we are going to learn to do. I see. So yes, now you can see that the player can exit. But if I punish the player back, the player won't be able to exit. But you see, player tries to exit and is going to be teleported back until the buff ends, okay? And also we have this item. This item, how it works, we can teleport the players to our end if you are with the teacher. So we are going to be sure that the player is assisting to the classes, okay? Now, as you see, if the player doesn't have like this specific buff, the player is going to be able to exit, okay? So now, let me switch back to mini-world again. And hi, how are you, Tien? Welcome to the class. Okay, so I'm going to enter this room right now, because we left a couple of things here. Okay, and we left another couple of codes, okay? Just to let you know. Now, we are going to complete the system. For complete this system, we are going to actually execute these item skills. How you're going to do that? Open the developer tools, go to triggers, guys, and we are going to add a new one, okay? This one is going to be named as a punish. Okay? Now, in punish, we are going to add an event, and the event is going to be very simple. If a player actually attack another player, actually hit target, okay? What we are going to do is to check which item the player has in the hand, okay? Sorry, for determine the item, we are going to just hit here on condition, we are going to add player, and on here we have a one that says determine item. This one that says handled item, we are going to select it, we are going to select item type, template library, and once you are in template library, we are going to select just the item that we create for this one. Okay, remember that you can create a rule whatever item that you are going to use to punish the players. For now, I'm going to use this one as to save some time. Now, in actions, what you are going to do is to just add make the player obtain effect. So, very important, guys, here. On here, you are going to see that this part is in blue, but we need to hit one that is going to be the target. And instead of players in trigger event, we are going to select target players in trigger event. That means that is going to affect the players that is being attacked, but not to the player, okay? Alright guys, and now we are going to select status, okay? And the status, guys, very important, and needs to be the status that we are just creating for punish. So it's going to be punished, okay? Now, remain false, and the amount of time that we are going to punish the players. So we are going to punish the players for 20 seconds, okay? And we also are going to add a text, okay? So hitting add another action. In the actions, you are going to select player, and you are going to select display text to the player. And the text is going to be very simple. Select character screen, select input, and you are going to put you had been in color red punished. And that's it, guys. Now, when we hit the players are going to know that they are being punished. We already end with the item, but now we need to add the second trigger, and it's going to be that once the player is punished, the player cannot exit from the area, okay? So how we are going to do that, okay? So we are going to just put the example here. Imagine that this is going to be the punish room, okay? So what you need to do is to create an area for this point. You are going to select F3. On F3, you are going to select the area one, locator. Then you are going to select, let me switch to first person. Okay, you are going to select the initial point of your area and the end point of your area. Be sure that you select all the room. And yeah, okay, let me exit from now. All right. So we are going to select this area, and also we are going to select the health, okay? It's very important. Now that we have the area, we are going to rename it. Once more, as always, you need to rename the area. We're going to choose punish room, okay? All right, so now we are going to move back to triggers. So once again, select developer tools and triggers. We are going to add a new trigger. We are going to change the name to punish room. And we are going to add the next scripts. First, we are going to select player, and we are going to select the one that says player lives in area. If the area, we are going to choose the area, is going to be the punish room, we are going to check if the player has the buff, so just hit on add. Okay. Select player. Let's see, I don't remember well if it's in this. Yes, determine player status. You are going to check this, and we are going to select the status, okay? So the status is going to be the one that we create, is punish. And if the player leaves the area and has the punish buff, we are going to teleport player, okay? So we are going to select player, we are going to select change location, and we are going to select the locations. Now we need to create a location for this one. So we need to create a new location, okay guys? So the location that you are going to place, try to place it inside the room, not around the borders, because probably the player is going to be teleported outside the room. Just select something in the middle of the room, like this area. correct. And yeah, the second is we are going to select that area, of course, to teleport the player. And the second thing is that we are going to send a message, as always, to know the player, to let the player know that the player cannot exit. So select here, add a floating text, select the character, and select input, and say you can't not exit from this playing room while you are punished. Okay, or yeah, you cannot exit from the discipline room. It's going to be enough. Okay, and also remember that as this is an error message, you can have a red color. Okay, and finally, you are going to add a sound for it, so the player will know that it's making something wrong. So just hit turn on effects on location or in position. And in turn on effects on location, you are going to select the sound. Once again, at the most adequate one are going to be the ones that are under mark. Select any error effect that looks like an error, and yeah, this one is going to work for me, and just let's play. So now, of course, I don't have any punishment error, but it's just a script that we checked before, so the player, when the player tries to exit from here, is not going to be able to exit. So let me show you, okay? Oh, and we left something very important in this, and is move back and select the punish one. Something that we left here, the player is punished, but we didn't teleport the player to the punish room, so we are going to add that, okay? So when you select punish, we already have the effect, we already have the text. Now add a new one, and it's going to be to teleport the player to that area. So just like we did before, select player, select change location. We are going to select the location, and we are going to choose the location that we just create inside the room. And yeah, with this, the player is going to be teleported. So very quickly, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to add a new effect, okay? Sorry, we are going to change the effect on this one, on the item that we create. Remember this one. We are going to change it for now because I want to show you very quickly. So we are going to use the punish items. So what is going to do this is that's going to give me the punish buff for 15 seconds, okay? And we also are going to add a new, but this is just an example, guys. You don't need to check this. It's just as an example, so you will be able to check this in real time. So remember, just with the things that we learned, it's going to be okay. Okay. So punish example. What I'm going to do is change this just a little bit for be able to auto cast a punition on myself. We are going to select pliers, use the props, and we are going to choose this prop. The prop that we just created, okay? So, but remember, you don't need to do this. It's just me doing a quick example, so you will be able to check that the punish actual option that we made is going to work. We're going to delete this one because we are really providing this buff to the player, okay? So moving back, in this case, what I did is something that autocast the punish system on me. Instead of hitting the players, I'm going to use this to cast on myself. So I'm going to use this, and as you see, as soon as I use the item, I got teleported to the punish room that we just set up. And if I exit, I got the message, and I cannot exit from here. Okay? As soon as this buff ends, now I will be able to exit. So you already have your punish buff added again into your game, so nice. Now we are going to change and we are going to do the second one. So remember, guys, we already did the punish system. Now we are going to do the hour system, okay? So for the hour system, you need to do the same. Just create a new I forgot the name, plugin, sorry. Yes, a new item, a new plugin. And you're going to add again a misc item. This time you're going to change the name. You're going to select our player. The description is going to be give an extra reward to the best student. Okay. The icon you can choose wherever you want. As always, I already have some items to do it here. So, as an example for this one, I use like a heart item. For you actually can use whatever you want. Okay. Remember that it's up to you. And just choose whatever is better for you guys, because yeah, probably you have a zombie school, some different kind of school. So choose that whatever you want. Okay. So as an example, I'm going to choose this one, that is the heart. Attribute and skills, just keep it like it is. Don't do anything on it. That just be sure that you add it. So once again, select the item and be sure that it's added. Once it's added, just change anything on it. Be sure that you are going to have only one item of it. Enter to the game. And what you are going to do, guys, it's very simple. What you are going to do is just hit in edit mode. You're going to go to scripts again. And remember the trigger that we create to punish? Yeah, we are just going to copy and paste that one. Once you have it, you are going to change the name. You are going to choose our. And what we need to do is just to change some information here. So instead of using the punish item, we are going to choose the one that we just create in the condition. Correct? So it's going to be the same actions, but the difference is going to say our student. The effect that you are going to obtain, remember that is going to be the effect about our. So select obtain effect right here, select our. And remain, we are going to choose false. Yeah, actually we are going to keep it like true. Or yeah, true, and we are going to keep like a lot of time, okay? As an example, 99 seconds. They are going to also change the text on here. You are going to choose, you had been, and in color green, you're going to see by teacher, okay? So with this, the players are going to know that they had been warned. Remove this one that says move to the location, and now when a player hits another player with the heart, is going to receive the award system, just like I showed you before in the example, okay? So right now, we have those items set up. Now, we left 4 minutes. I'm going to take 15 minutes more with you guys, because I think I can teach you very cool things, and I need you to pay attention to this, because it's going to be very important. For now, before continuing, I'm going to give you the next code, okay? So please go ahead and check a like in the chat, okay? And thank you for subscribing, and welcome to the channel No Sites. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to provide you some codes, okay? So this one is going to be for skin. So be sure that you access to your mini word. It's going to be a temporal skin, okay? So I'm going to put it into the comments. I already showed you how you can climb this specific skin set. So go ahead and just access to the skin set, and with that you will be able to claim it. So only the first 30 people that claim this skin is going to be able to claim it. So go ahead and claim it very quickly. For now, this is going to be the most important part of the class. I'm going to show you how you can edit actual files. What I mean with that, you will be able to change some models. You are going to be able to change some skins. You will be able to change some important things about the plugins, okay? So right now, I will need to change and switch this screen, okay? Because we are going to stop working with MiniWord, okay? Oh yeah, the first part, we are going to do it with MiniWord, okay? So, for be able to do an advanced edition of MiniWord, what we need to do is to create or edit a new item, okay? This is going to work also for mobs. This is going to work for almost any pref that you are going to do. And the simple thing that you are going to do is first you are going to add a new plugin, okay? Any mob or whatever you want, okay? This time, when you hit on new, you are going to hit in edit. All right, guys, remember edit. Just choose whatever you want to edit. As an example, the diamond drill. Don't do anything, just save and return. And once you have it saved and returned, you are going to add it into the map. So just hit here in add it. And you are going to see the diamond drill here, okay? This is the first part. Second part, very important that I need you to do for be able to use the advanced edition, that this is going to blow up your mind actually if you don't know how to do it. Most of the players, the advanced players already know how to do it, but with this you will be able to actually have a better edit, okay? Be sure also that you change the mini capture for your map because it's going to be easier to detect. So let me just hit on here and edit. I'm going to take a photo of my map, so I'm going to check the miniature here. All right. And now I'm just going to leave from MiniWord, okay? Now let me switch to full screen, so you will be able actually to see whatever I do in my computer. So what are you going to do, or what you are going to do to access to the advanced edition, okay? So once you open any folder in your computer, also you can do this by cell phone, but it's going to be easier for the computer. What you are going to do is that you need to access to a specific folder, okay? So the folder is going to be on users. So first select users. If you don't know how to open users inside Windows, what you need to do is just hit on here where it says start. You are going to use run. Just type run and it's going to have this small application here. In most of the English computers it's going to say run. In my computer it's saying the same, but in Spanish it depends on your language, but remember the icon, and you are going to have this one, okay? The only thing that you need to do is to hit percentage app data percentage, and it's going to open this room, okay? So it's going to be app data roaming, all right? Another way to do it is just hitting your username, okay? So as an example, you hit on your username right here, and you are going to need to have access to hiding folders and then hit roaming. But remember the easiest way is just hit on here on Windows, write run, literally like here, like you can see it here, okay? Let me be sure that you are seeing my screen. I just want to be sure that in the streaming, yes, you are checking my screen. Okay, so once you hit run, you are going to have this small specific feature. Just hit on there, percentage app data percentage, and once you hit that, it's going to open this screen, okay? On here you are going to have a lot of folders, but there's one that says MiniWord, okay? MiniWord 410. You are going to open that folder, okay? Under there's going to be another folder that says data, okay? And in data you are going to have those folders, okay? So there's one part in which actually you are going to find a part where it starts telling you some numbers here and some letters, okay? It's saying W and a number after it, okay? To let you know, this is the game files for the maps. So on here you can edit your maps, okay? So once you are here, as an example, you can see which map is it. So it takes a little bit how to know how you can edit your maps. As an example, I know this one is mine because if I open this small image, you are going to see here the preview of my map, and this is one of the maps that I create, okay? So what you need to do is in those specific folders, you need to search for your map, okay? And how you are going to do that? So open wherever you have here, Okay, I know it's this, no, it's not that this one, okay? And you are going to find this, okay? What you need to do to realize if it's your map or not is because on here, inside the folder, you are going to have a specific file that says stamps.png, and after that, you are going to have like this specific underscore. If you are not able to see that, you only need to hit on here. Just let me open the full screen. And in your carpet or in your part, you need to just hit on properties. And on there, you are going to have some options to see that, okay? Also, you need to be able to see the hidden folders. For that, you need to activate it. Just on here, hit on scene or view, and you are going to have those options. There's one that says hiding elements, so you need to activate that, and also you need to activate the one that says files extensions, okay, to be able to see this last part, okay? So by knowing which map you are opening right now, just copy, paste the one that says stamps png, and at the end with the copy, just remove the underscore at the end, okay? Once you remove the underscore, you are going to be able to see the preview. As you see, this is another map. Actually, this is not my map. So what I do with this is I'm going to just delete the dump, and I'm going to go back and go to the next map. And that's the process to find out which one is your map, okay? So just copy, remove the underscore, and let's see. Okay, as you see, this also is not my map. Another thing that you can do is to change here the setup, so you are going to see some icons directly, so you don't have to open the preview. Okay, let's go to the next one. Just copy the one that says stamps again, remove the underscore at the end. Now this one is also not my map. Let's continue. Okay. And probably it's going to take a while for you to find out which one is your map. That's normal. This actually is another map, so we are close. It's not the one that we create, so I'm going to change the tone right now. I'm going to say mini school Spanish, because this is going to be the map for Spanish. Oh, I did like a mesh between Spanish and English, so yeah. But it's going to be Spanish. With this, I'm going to know that this is my map. Let's move next one. Let's copy and paste. Let's remove the underscore. Hit on yes. And this also is not mine. This is not my map. I think probably this one is going to be. And I think it is this one. Yes, this one is. So remember, we take a photo for it and we set up the screen for that one. So yes, it's that one. Okay, you see that the miniature mixed match. So what we are going to do, or what I did, is change the name for it, so I will be able to recognize this map later. So it's mini school English. And what I'm going to do also is I'm going to just go ahead to the map and memorize this number, or I'm going to create a direct access. So I will be able to access from my desktop. So just hit send and send to your desktop. And when you hit send to this desktop, you will be able to see it in your desktop, okay? Let me show you right here. Okay, of course it's going to be right here, okay? So you will be able to access directly later to that map. Now, to the important part, okay? Guys, how you can edit some scripts or some mods, okay? So on this part, ignore everything, just access to the folder that says mods. Inside mods, you are going to select map default. And on here, you are going to select behavior. So when you access to behavior, you are going to have all the different icons for your map, okay? So as you see, there is one folder that says items, there's one folder that says crafting, there's one folder that says shop, there's one folder that says actor. So actor means, of course, it's going to be your moves, the ones that you can have in game. As an example, I don't know, like you can have on there. Let me switch this a little bit. So you are going to have more overview, but yeah, actors are going to be the mobs, like as an example, the chicken, the dragon, your pliers. For the next one, you are going to have also the items here. So the items is going to have all the objects, just like the one that we create. So if you open the items bar here, you are going to see right here a list of all the items, okay? And as you see, we have all the items that we have here. As an example, you see that we have the diamond drill, and it also already has a name on here, okay guys? So what we are going to do with the diamond drill, we are going to change items that you can access, you cannot edit directly, okay? Let's do something easier. By now, you are going to just hit on here, and you are going to open it with your notepad. So when you open with your notepad, you are going to see this information for your items, okay? So remember that we create an item that was our student. All right, as you see here where it says name, that's the name of your actually plugin, okay? So also you have the description here. As you see, it says describes, and you have the description. And remember that with this, actually we don't have nothing else. So this is a simple one, okay? With this, you can start experimenting and you can see your actual items. But as you see, it's going to be a little bit confusing. So you need to install a new software to have this. As you see, as the software has different colors, you are going to have more information and you are going to get a better overview or oversee for this, okay? Remember, the software, let me switch here, and we are going to download the software. So the software is going to be Notepad++. It's going to be the first link. You need to install this one. Once you install it, the system is going to auto-detect which language it is. If it doesn't give you the color, just hit on here, on language, select J and say like JSON file, okay? JSON file. So on here, let me show you some cool effects, okay? So right now we have the hour item that is going to be the heart, okay? So if as an example, I choose any model from here, this information is going to change. Let me show you. Okay, on here it's going to tell me that its information changed. And as you see, right now it's changed to another thing. Okay, so right here we have two important things, correct? Here we have the model and here we have the icon. Also we have the text, okay? So I'm going to show you how to get cool icons for your objects, okay? So you need to access to this screen. Okay, I'm going to put this one into the comments. Also remember that in the Discord channel, you are going to have this one. Okay, so remember to access to that link so you will be able to find this. This is like the AP from MiniWord, and on here you can find actually a lot of information, okay? Also, you can access to this directly from MiniWord. Let me show you where, but it's going to be more comfortable directly to edit it into the page that I sent, because it's a little bit more comfortable, okay? But to access to this screen, you only need to select any script that you already have on MiniWord. Select here, right here in the green button that says Wiki, and on there you are going to have the scene menu, okay? But just move into the screen because it's going to be higher and you can bigger and you can see better the information. Hit here where it says MiniWord ID definition, and select here. You are going to have a list of all the IDs for the MiniWord. Those are going to be the numbers that you can see right here. So you see that there are some numbers here. Yeah, that is the information that you can find there. It's like a list that is going to tell you which one is which. So select item definition, and on here you can see that we have a list of all the items. Actually, it's not going to be all the items, but you can find a lot of items, okay? So as an example, if we want to change our item icon for something that is not very common, that you cannot find very easily, we are going to copy the number here. Okay, so as you see, we have wheel on here, and the wheel has a number over it. So to change the model of the item, we are just going to copy this number. So hit copy. And on here you see a number, right? The icon and the model. So we are going to change the icon. Remember, don't remove this start at the beginning, and don't remove these exclamation marks, notation marks, sorry. Be sure that you only change the number, okay? So delete the number and paste at the number that we just create, or that we just copy, okay? So hit paste, then hit save, and we are going to just exit from the map. Okay, and now we are going to just select the plugin editor, and you're going to see some magic here. And it's that the award student has a new icon, okay? Actually, as you see, it's a little bit, sometimes it has some fails. It's supposed to give a wheel, but right now you see that it's giving me a new icon that you cannot find. So as an example, I want to change this icon here. I only have those options, right? For finding out those extra options, as you see, there is an extra item, okay? And also we are going to do something cooler than that, okay? We are not going to change just only the icon. Now the model is going to be different. So as an example, when you open it, you are going to see the icon of the bullets, but in the hand you are going to have, let's choose something cool from here. An iron armor, okay? So we are going to copy the number of the iron armor. We are going to move back to your code, and we are going to place right here the number that we just copied. Okay, we are going to save it. We're going to close here, and we are going to open the editor again, okay? As you see, the item doesn't change, it's the same icon, but I'm going to show you inside miniwords. If I open that one, right hit in my inventory, you are going to see that the model in my hand is going to be the actual armor. I see, so as you see, you can change like different information inside your mini word map, okay? So once more, as you see, I have in my hand an armor, but in my inventory it's going to look like a difference. It's going to have an icon. Okay, so probably guys, the ones that already know this are going to, you just already know that information, so it's nothing special. But I know guys that the ones that didn't know how to manage this are like facing out, like finding out a new word of like possibilities, of opportunities. So I'm going to teach you, I want you to play with it. I want you to test how it works. Important things that you have to take in account, okay? So always be sure that if you have here and at the beginning of this text, you have this like square brackets or normal brackets, be sure that you have the opposite one at the end. So this one is going to open this and close this, because if you don't have that, it's going to end or damage your code. Let me show you an example. I'm going to delete this one. I'm going to save it. And if I access again to the map, or I try to edit, you're going to see that the item is not going to be there because we damaged the item, okay? So that's very sensitive. Right now, as you see, the item disappears. Don't worry, if that happens to you, just place the icon that we left before, that is this one, okay? Let me save it, and let me show you that right now it's again on dark part. Just a second. Yes, you see that right now appears again, okay? That's the first thing. The second thing, guys, if you notice this, all the text, all the lines at the end are going to have a comma on it, okay? So remember, you always are going to place a comma, except, and very important, the last line that is inside this, between these square brackets. So if you see, all of those are going to have the comma, but the last one is not going to have this comma, it's going to be just completely empty, okay? So check this one, check also this one. So the previous one is going to have all the information except this one, and also on here. So remember, don't modify that, just only modify the things that is inside the square brackets, and be sure that is going to have the comma. Now let me explain a little bit more. The one that says propriety is all the features about your item, your whatever you place inside the item. This one is going to be just the information about the plugin. Don't touch this, just keep it like it is always. And this is going to be the physics actor, so don't change that, just only change it by the plugin editor. The advanced things, you can change it from here, okay? ID is the actual number that is going to have this item, so never change this. Just change the extra information, okay? And very important, sometimes to be able to find it, you need to delete this one that says original ID. Just hit it on there and save it, and you will be able to edit the things, okay? So now you know how to create new items that you can modify, okay? Now let me explain a little bit more for something else that is going to be very cool too. Okay, so now we are going to learn how to edit actual items. So as an example, when you create an item new, you are going to see that it's going to be different, but for existing items, it's going to be a little bit different. So I'm going to show you that one, okay? So remember the item that we created before, the diamond drill? All right, so with this one, you will be able to edit actually the diamond drill. Important things, guys, on this is going to be the number, and as you see, this one looks different because this is a tool, okay? So we can change things on here. We can, as an example, create a tool that doesn't do any damage, that doesn't consume any damage. As an example, when you use it, it's going to be infinity. That doesn't need to be fixed. Whatever you want to do, just change this, okay? Also, we have the duration, so we have an infinite weapon. And let me show you. Right now, I saved that information. As you see, I only changed two things. And now the drill is going to have this like completely change, okay? As you see, it shows the max amount. But if I enter in the game, it's not going to expand anything because it's having like a powerful tool, okay? So let me place the diamond drill in my inventory. And sorry guys, I'm taking a little bit more of your time because I want you to explain this. I want to be sure that you are going to have all the information and all the tools to edit your game, to do an advanced edition. And hey, I see that are coming some people from the Spanish class, so welcome, and welcome to the class. Okay, where you can find the tools, actually, I forgot. Oh yeah, here is the diamond drill, okay? So as you see, let's switch to play mode. As you see, oh, okay, I forgot to put it into my inventory. So for this, I will have to put it into the chest right here. Okay. As you see, if I open it, it's going to show the modifications. As you see, I can use it whatever at the time I want it, and it's not going to change anything because it doesn't take like any consumption, okay? So as you see, we are doing like advanced tools. But most important, guys, right now you are able to modify most of the things, but you won't be able to modify some specific items, just the one that Miniworld provides you, okay? So as an example, if you cannot find an item here, all right? So guys, you see that to modify some items, to edit it, you have some limitations, right? So we are going to find out how to modify some specific items, okay? So guys, we are going to search here something that you cannot find easily. So as an example, let's choose something nice, okay? Material, this is going to be, okay, let's choose something easy. All right, so steel ball is going to be here. Okay, so I don't know, guys, but actually you have some specific items that you cannot find very easily, right? We have, as an example, the wooden axe. Yeah, all these items you can modify, okay? So as an example, the skyrocket, okay? So the skyrocket is not being shown here. You cannot find it, but we have the number here, right? So let me change this, okay? For the drill, you're going to, for modify a new items, you are going to take the item that you just create don't modify it yet as I did, just delete everything on it. Okay, you are going to have on property just the ID. Remember that as this is going to have only one line here, we are going to delete this part, the comma after that. On this, you are going to also change the file name, okay? So you are going to place modified, modifier, and you are going to save it, okay, guys? And check it. Right now, it's just having like blank information. So what you are going to do is to copy and paste the number, okay, of the skyrocketer as an example. You are going to place it here. You are going to save it. And once you save it, you're going to access here to mini words. Okay? Remember, we only changed that. And yep, magic. Now you can edit this specific item, okay? So to modify, right now it's on there, but we don't have the file. We only need to change something and save it. Now that we save this, you're going to see that back in our folder, it's going to be again. So let me show you now. We modified, or we can modify now, the skyrocket. As you see here, sorry, in the inventory, we are going to have the skyrocket modified. And yeah, now we can change some information on it. So as an example, I can go here and I can change some attributes. So as an example, the durability, we are going to change it to 1 second and to see what happened, okay? And we're going to save and let's enter to see what happened with it. Oh, of course, I forgot that I need to place it into this to be able to use it in Player, so. As you see, we will be able to use it. It doesn't change anything, but depending on the tool, you will have more options. Also remember that we will be able, with this, to change the name of it. So as an example, right now we are going to change the name of the skyrocket and we are going to change the icon, okay? So we are going to move back to our folder and to this one that have all the information about the skyrocket, okay? So where it says ID, we have the skyrocket, of course. We are going to change this information. Original ID, we are going to delete it. We are going to delete also this and this. And as an example, we are going to add a new icon, okay? So remember that we create before another item that has this feature, that has the icon. Well, we're going to copy that line and we're going to paste it right here. And also we are going to change the model, okay? So just copy the line that says model with the comma, remember, very important. And now we can change the model for the skyrocket. So let's see how it works. Let's move back to MiniWord. And now let's play mode. If everything goes well, you're going to see that the skyrocket icon change, also the model, but we still be able to use it. So yeah, guys, that's how you can create advanced items. That's how you can change advanced features inside the game. So if you play with the files, you will be able to do a lot of things newer. And that's how you do that, okay? So right now the class already finished, guys. I hope you have learned a lot with this class. And yeah, remember, very important, for the next class, we are going to learn also with this feature how to create advanced AI that actually learn and understand the players, and you can add more like specific features to your mobs. So remember to just go ahead and hit the subscribe to the channel so you will be able to check the other tutorials that I'm going to submit. Don't forget that the last class for this contest is going to be tomorrow, and tomorrow also you can start to submitting your maps about your school simulator. Once again, check in the description or check also in the comments, because I'm going to place also again the link to join to the Discord channel. In the Discord channel, you will be able to have some basic questions answered. Also, you can ask me or show me your works, so I will be able to correct some information on there for you guys. And also, you can host some specific things. As an example, you can host some plays, some maps, and we will be able to play together, okay? So guys, that's it for now. Thank you so much for assisting to the class. I hope we can see us on the next class. Sorry for taking around half hour more of your time. Probably that last part, it's not going to be like in the edition video. It's going to be in a separate video, but because of the time, okay? But that's it. For now, have an excellent day, guys. Thank you so much for assisting. And remember, this is Jeju speaking. Jeju Court on the top, and in the description, will have actually my UID. So bye, and have an excellent